They say when you meet your spouse, you will just know. While that phrase might not ring true for everyone, I think it fits perfectly. In my case, it was almost magical how we both clicked right from the first conversation. Meeting him felt like connecting with a long lost friend. Little did I know that it would lead to a whirlwind relationship and marriage in 6 months. After the bold Facebook notification, I stared at it, unsure whether to click. And when I finally opened it, my eyes were seeing double, not because of the message, but from anxiety. His message was, however, very calm and matured, and that melted some of my nervousness. After exchanging polite greetings, he asked how I came to know that he was Ijebu. He said, was it from his surname? But I reminded him that it was in his bio anyway. From there, our conversation flowed naturally. We bonded over shared jokes about the stereotype of Ijebu people being selfish, but we both agreed that we weren't selfish. We are just very calculative and accountable. As day went on, we chatted occasionally, talking about random things like our roots, then, and life in general. In fact, we had a lot of things in common. As day went by, we became good distant friends. Have you ever met someone for the first time, but it feels like you have known this person your whole life? It could be a friend, a colleague, anyone really. But from the moment you started talking, the vibe feels just right. You think alike, share similar views, even reason things out the same way. For me, it was so effortless that I found myself wondering if this person has been around all my life, maybe just invisible. That was exactly how I felt whenever we talked. But you can't be so sure anyway. The creator himself said, and perhaps you love a thing that is bad for you, and Allah knows while you know not. Vice versa. That is Quran 2, verse 216. Moya Shekini intensified my istihara, and alhamdulillah, right from time, whenever I do istihara for any reason at all, I do it objectively, in full submission to Allah's decision. Some sisters will be doing istihara and be using one corner of their mind to say, Ya Allah, please choose brother Lagbaja o, brother to do be koro ishin yẹn." So I usually say, Ya Allah, you alone knows the unseen. Marriage is a lifelong journey, a commitment that stretches into the future. I cannot see that future, even if I climb the tallest building in the world. But you see it all and know it all while I remain unaware. So I ask you to unravel the unknown for me. If this path will end in regret, scatter us now before it begins. My mom always say, marriage is like a watermelon, a black market. You never know what is inside until you cut it, open it, and taste it. And I always tell her that, yes, indeed, that is very true. A watermelon may look green and beautiful on the outside, but Allah knows what lies within, whether it is sweet or sour, ripe or dry. Allah will expose things for us. All praises belongs to Allah, who has blessed his clueless slaves with the dua of istihara. So one day he told me that he would visit me at my place of work. Then I worked in a private university in Abeokuta. My heart raced with excitement and anxiety because seeing someone in real life is a whole different experience. I was wondering, will it look like his picture? Or was I about to experience the what I ordered versus what I got issues? And on the day of his visit, I spotted him outside the university masjid. I noticed his warm and enchanting smile from afar, but as soon as we made eye contact, we both burst out laughing. Ask me why. We don't even know. We just started laughing anyway. I must say, we have the same sense of humor, even though he is quite introverted. His sense of humor caught my attention right away, and I loved it. I'm a very playful somebody. We won't last if you are too serious. Every time straight face. Are you carrying the problems of the world on your shoulder? Say yeah, my friend. So when I told my mom about him, she immediately recognized his surname. She was like, is it the son of so and so from Ijebu Igbo? Well, I told her that I don't know who this person was, and he didn't mention any of that. Apparently, he shares the same surname with a one time deputy governor of Ogun State. This former deputy governor happens to be his uncle, his dad's direct older brother. So his surname was quite a popular compound name in Ijebu. This made it very easy for us to investigate his family. My parents went into full blown investigation mode. You would think they were conducting a full on laboratory experiment or working for the FBI. The good thing was that my maternal grandmother knew a bit of their history. I think that as much as I encourage interregion, intertribal, or interracial marriages, I now strongly believe that marrying within your culture at times comes with its own advantages. It saves you from a lot of stress and uncertainty from a totally unfamiliar territory. There is this ease that comes with shared values, familiar customs, and unspoken understanding. Well, let me not digress. My grandma and parents asked around. My grandma lived in the village, so she knew the exact people from their community to get factual information from. So we got glowing reviews. I remember my grandma called me on phone one day. She said, Saida Ilere Lolo, you are going to a good home. You would be in good hands. Hmm. On my hand, I was quietly observing this brother, studying him and paying attention to the smallest details. I wasn't just looking for the obvious, I wanted to catch many red flags before things get serious. But honestly, contrary to popular opinion, I believe everyone has red flags. Nobody is perfect. As I am like this, hey, my own day, my body, oh, I have my flaws. I know that I can be a handful. But the main deal is to choose your red flags wisely. Is it something you can live with? Something you won't see as a problem later in life? Don't you dare go into a marriage with the intention of changing a fully grown man or woman. Whoa, you would blame yourself. You go explain tire. So instead of asking him direct, predictable questions that might prompt well rehearsed answers, I took a different approach. I used indirect scenarios to get his true thoughts so he won't feel the need to give perfect answers just to impress me. So this really helped me to understand who he is beneath the surface and whether our views on life aligned. Because honestly, when couples have conflicting ideologies, it can seriously strain a marriage. For instance, rather than asking him outrightly, like Abdul, do you think a woman should be allowed to pursue her dreams after marriage? Like furthering her education or building a career? Let's be real. Any man trying to win your heart or any woman trying to impress you would answer with sweet nothings like, oh, of course, marriage should never stop a woman from chasing her dreams. I would support my woman to achieve blah, 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 blah. Enudun refo. For me, I used more of scenarios. I used to say something like, let me gist you, Abdul. There is this couple I know. They just got divorced. Honestly, I blame the woman. Imagine a married woman insisting on pursuing a career and going back to school, even buying an application form without telling her husband. Is she not supposed to be focused on her home? Imagine, what is she even looking for? It is not even that the man is not providing for her needs. So she still went ahead to apply to a university. Ambitious women like that rarely make good wives, I swear. Now, that is when the real answer starts to come out. If he truly believed otherwise, that marriage shouldn't hinder a woman from pursuing her dreams, he would speak up and explain in stance comfortably. If he agreed with the story that the woman is doing too much by aspiring to further her education, he would nod along and I would listen carefully, not just to what he says, but how he says it. That was exactly how I tested Abdulhakim. And wallahi, his responses swept me off my feet every time. It was through these scenario based conversations that I got to know his mindset, his creed, his views on leadership in the home, and his general family orientation. Sometimes it is not about asking the right questions, but about asking it the right way. In summary, he visited my dad in Lagos. They had a man to man discussion. And not long after that, my dad invited him to our family house in Ijebu to meet my extended family. It felt like a mini family reunion. Everyone instantly adored him. My aunts won't stop teasing me. Hey, you went to the market with your two eyes opened. This is a perfect gentleman. Imagine them saying it in Yoruba. I think every girl has that one over Sabi auntie. Me, I have two of them. But then I told my sister that I was quite worried about the speed of things. As at then, we had only known each other for about 4 months. Cause they say when you rush in, you will rush out, yo. In fact, I have only seen this man physically a few times in those few months. My sister said, you have been praying and doing istihara, and all of a sudden, the pieces begin to fall into place. Art softening. Everyone is approving. Even that, who could have been the difficult one, offers his quiet approval. Isn't this a sign from the one who knows all things, Allah Himself? Just like that, his family came to meet mine, turning what was supposed to be a casual meet and greet into a mini introduction ceremony. Yes, Ijebu people can exaggerate things. After completing medical tests and ensuring that everything was in order, I was like, let us get married already. We did our nikah and walima on the same day, Allahumma barik. From the very first message to tying the knot, everything happened within 6 months. A journey from strangers to soulmates. Fast forward to today, our marriage will be 8 years by December, bi-iznillah. What do I have to say?
This is their love story, a tale so divine. Through the trials of marriage, their hearts intertwine. Abdullah, Keen, and Sahidat, the journey so true. A beautiful tale of love that forever renewed.